Premier League Newcastle United vs Southampton prediction, team news, lineups preview. A Premier League baptism of fire awaits Southampton on Saturday afternoon, as Russell Martin's men make the 650-mile round trip to take on Newcastle United on the opening weekend. While the Saints' 2023-24 season ended in unbridled joy at Wembley, their hosts were left to mourn their dreams of a second straight season in European football. Match preview. The St James Park faithful could have been forgiven for donning Manchester City scarves at Wembley during the 2024 FA Cup final, where a win for the reigning Premier League champions over Manchester United would have sent the Magpies to the Europa Conference League. However, on account of Erik ten Hag's men who finished 8th in the Premier League, one spot below Newcastle, stunning the citizens in the showpiece event, the Red Devils sealed a Europa League spot. Chelsea dropped down to the Conference League, and Eddie Howe's men were left without any form of continental competition, despite holding their own in last year's Champions League group of death. The Magpies' return to the continent ended at the first hurdle, and while they were always hovering around the European spots in the Premier League table, 7th did not suffice this time around. Off-the-pitch happenings have also threatened to disrupt Newcastle's preparations, from the departure of director Amanda Staveley to Howe's links with the England job, but the Magpies soared in pre-season with 5 victories from a possible 6. The outlier being a 2-0 loss to Yokohama F. Marinos. Furthermore, Howe's crop found the back of the net in each of their 19 Premier League home games last season, while also navigating their last 8 unbeaten. A solid sequence which produced a terrific 24 goals at a rate of 3 per game. While some Magpies fans may not have been best pleased by results at Wembley a few months ago, Southampton rejoiced in winning the most lucrative game in football under the arch, fulfilling their promotion dreams at the expense of a heartbroken Leeds United, both bidding to jump back into the big time at the first attempt. Joining Leicester City and Ipswich Town in the top division, the Whites and the Saints were separated by Adam Armstrong's 24th goal of the season, appropriately scored in the 24th minute as Russell Martin earned his Premier League stars. Ahead of their swift return to top-flight territory, Southampton have tested their mettle against a host of international opposition in pre-season, beating the likes of Bordeaux and Montpellier HSC while holding Lazio and Getafe to draws in their final fixtures at St Mary's. New faces in the double figures and one old flame in Adam Lallana have arrived on the South Coast for the Saints' latest Premier League adventure, but their 8% win rate on the opening weekend is the worst of all teams to have played in at least 10 Premier League fixtures. Indeed, the Saints have only prevailed in 2 of their previous 24 game Week 1 scraps in the top flight, and they have suffered 5 straight losses to Newcastle in all competitions heading into Saturday's reunion. Most recently a 3-1 St James Park defeat in April 2023. Team news. The injury curse engulfing St James Park has not been lifted over the summer, as Sven Botman knee, Jamal Lascelles knee, Callum Wilson back, Lewis Miley ankle and Matt Targett calf are all still on the mend. The former 2 should not be back until January. Key defensive cog Fabian Schär also appeared to twist his ankle in Newcastle's final pre-season win over Brest. But there is optimism that he will be fit, while the Magpies also confirmed on Thursday that Sandro Tonali will be available for selection again on August 28 following his lengthy betting ban. While Newcastle's transfers in have been relatively modest, William Osula, Odysseas Vlachodimos, Lewis Hall and Lloyd Kelly, the Magpies have successfully fended off interest in Alexander Isak and Bruno Guimaraes, both of whom will feature from the off here. As for Southampton, Martin must cope without goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu for a number of months due to his Achilles rupture, so 34-year-old Alex McCarthy should guard the posts despite competition from Joe Lumley and Mateusz Liss. Attacker Kamaldeen Sulemana is also nursing an ankle problem sustained in the friendly loss to Oxford United at the end of July, which spells good news for summer signing Ben Brereton Diaz, who ought to be given the nod with Armstrong up top. Lallana may have to earn his second Saints baptism off the bench, but this fixture already holds a special place in his heart. His most recent goal for Southampton came against Newcastle all the way back in March 2014. Newcastle United possible starting lineup: Pope, Trippier, Schär, Byrne, Hall, Longstaff, Guimaraes, Joelinton, Murphy, Isaac, Gordon. Southampton possible starting lineup: McCarthy, Sugawara, Harwood-Bellis, Bednarik, Stevens, Walker-Peters, Downs, Smallbone, Aribo, Armstrong, Brereton Diaz. We say, Newcastle United 3-1 Southampton. Despite failing to finish in the top 3 spots of the championship table, Southampton led the division in terms of average possession and passes last season, as well as ranking second for shots per game and expected goals per game. Such praiseworthy statistics means that the travelling army should have something to cheer, but it may only be the odd consolation goal. As home specialists, Newcastle will surely prove too potent in the final third. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.